and one that I share.
I've got a response for that that shows that when my Democratic colleagues asked nearly every nominee before this committee, this Congress, whether the executive branch must follow court orders and then attack them for any kind of a nuanced answer, I'd like to quote a witness for the Democrats at a recent hearing, a Professor Shaw, that gave this sort of an answer, quote, "I would not rule out ever the possibility that a sufficiently egregious order, there should be some consideration if there is some way. I think it's a qualified answer, yes. In an extremely narrow band of cases, I think it would be considered yes," end of quote. This gotcha question is just an attempt to manufacture disagreements. All nominees we're voting on today are clearly committed to the rule of law.
Mr. Chairman, if I could respond to that. Professor Shaw was indeed a Democratic witness, but I can tell you this much. She was not seeking a nomination to be approved to any position in any administration. And if she were, I'd ask her to clarify that answer. And if it came back as ambiguous as you've just read it, I wouldn't vote for her.
I'd like to enter into the record two press releases from the Department of Homeland Security dated June 9th and 10th this year. The June 9th release highlights some of the dangerous criminals ICE has removed from the streets. These include offenders who've molested children and who've committed domestic violence, vehicular manslaughter, grand theft, narcotics violations, identity theft, robbery, burglary, and battery. These dangerous offenders aren't martyrs, but should be that we should be celebrating. On June the 10th, the release reads in part, quote, "Rioters are throwing rocks and Molotov cocktails at law enforcement, defacing public property, setting cars on fire, defacing buildings, assaulting law enforcement, and burning American flags," end of quote. Riots aren't peaceful protests, which is protected by the First Amendment. We should all condemn violence against law enforcement, and I ask that the releases in their entirety being entered into the record without objection. That's done.
We're still waiting. People are on their way. We can do the voice. We can do the voice vote on Parsons.
What? Okay.
We can do this.
We have a quorum, so we've agreed that we can have a voice vote on Ronald Parsons to be U.S. Attorney for South Dakota. All in favor of reporting this nomination, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
The ayes have it.
Mr. Chairman, I wish to be recorded in the negative.
Okay. Who has? Oh,
Blumenthal.
yeah. Record Senator Blumenthal.
Mr. Chairman, Senators Booker and Padilla asked to be recorded as no on Parsons as well.
Okay.